Hey everyone, what's up? This is Marcos with Feature Studio University. Welcome to another video on a hapi series. Within the previous video you have learned how to add routes to a hapi server and how to send requests to your server and respond them, but there was some kind of piece missing, and that was how to serve static files. Within this video you will learn how to serve static files like JavaScript or CSS or images using hapi, and we will add the functionality to serve those static files. Before we get started, you should know that you can find the tutorial with the code snippets for easy copy and pasting on our website. It's the first thing in the description below, so check it out. I've already prepared a sample project that just imports the hapi dependency, creates a server at the connection localhost with port 3000 and ultimately starts the server. What we want to do is to serve static files, and hapi has a package or has a plugin to add this functionality. There's another previous video that shows you how to add functionality to your server by registering plugins, and I will link that below in the description so you can check it out. If you don't know how to register plugins, you can grasp it on the fly, and yeah, the other chance is to check out the video and come back to this one. Okay, so to serve static files, we will need the Inert plugin. We first need to register the plugin to make it available within our Node.js project. Okay, let's npm install Inert to this project. Okay, so with the Inert available, we can go ahead and register it to our hapi server. Therefore, just use the server register method and pass an object that requires a key register. We just require the Inert plugin, and now we need to handle the callback. Okay, we will simply just check if an error occurred during the plugin registration. If anything went wrong, just throw in, or we will throw an error so the server doesn't start properly, and you should do some kind of error handling for yourself. Okay. Just throw the error so that the server won't start. And I've mentioned the callback, so there's some asynchronous functionality. Just move the server.start method into the callback. Okay. To serve static files, we need to add a route that replies to our requested files. So we will add a simple route to serve let's say a JavaScript file. We need the method, it's a get request, and for the path you can directly define like the file.js, and the handler can reply the file. So the Inert plugin decorated the reply interface so that you can use the file method and reply a file. So so using the reply.file method requires you to specify the path to the file. So let's say we are going to have a public directory. Within that there's a JS folder, and inside there's our file.js. We didn't create the public directory yet. We'll just do it on the fly. Okay, we said it's public, there's a JS folder inside. And within this directory, there's a file.js. Okay, and within this file, we can just reply. So like having the console.log, hey buddy, there you go. Okay. With this setup in place, a request to the path to file.js will call our route handler that replies the file within the location of plugin JS folder and then the file. We can check it out, and yeah, let's check it out in the browser. Okay. We have installed the Inert plugin, we don't need it anymore. Okay, so let's start the server. It's localhost, it's the file.js. Okay, everything was imported correctly. Because the browser sends a text HTML request, we will get that content from the file directly imported. If you use it within a script tag and source it directly to the file, it will import the JavaScript correctly. But we don't have view support yet, so in a later tutorial we can combine everything together. I've already teased that there's another option to reply directories of file, because this setup just references a single file and you maybe want to have a location like the public JS folder to support multiple JavaScript files because you're creating multiple JavaScript files for your project. So use another setup which can be seen like this. Okay, we need to set up another route using the path like JS and the parameter like the file with the wildcard, and the handler should be an object to a directory, and the path to that directory is like public.js. Okay, now this setup tells hapi that for requests that go to the JS path and have a file path parameter, hapi should look within the public.js folder for a file named after the path parameter and reply it correctly. So for a setup like this, we can check if that still works using the JS path. And yeah, well, there you go. It replies correctly. And there's another option for the directory handler. You can use the listing if you want to allow listing the content of a folder. By default, it's set to false, but you can set it to true if you want to allow listing for the files within a directory. We need to restart the server again. Okay. Now, if you don't specify a path parameter, you will have a directory called JS, and because it's of the path, and within that we have a file for the JavaScript. Okay. We can add another file. Let me just start the server with supervisor so we don't have to care about it anymore. It restarts automatically if we change something on our JS file. Okay, so it's my file.js. We don't need any content. We can just check it here. So the myfile.js is referenced correctly. Actually, that's it. Let's review what you have learned. You can serve static files within hapi using the Inert plugin, register this plugin to your server, and add routes that have file support. You can most of the time use the directory plugin because you want to support a dedicated client-side JavaScript asset folder that just replies all the required JavaScript files, and you can also apply that to CSS files or images as well. Just specify the different paths, like having a route for images or just for CSS or whatever you name it. Make sure you have the correct path to the folder. The path is set up from the root of your project's path. So no relative path, just take the root path of the project. Okay, and make sure that you don't necessarily list out all your JavaScript files. That's all you need to serve static files. It applies for JavaScript files, as I said, for images and for any static. We hope you have learned something new. You know now how to support files and serve them within hapi. If you like this video and learned something, give it a thumbs up. We hope you have a nice day. Enjoy coding and make it rock.